Hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome to the last class of the year with me, April. We've got a nice gentle Pilates and yoga session for you today. All you need is a mat and some space and we're going to get started in just a few minutes. So today is the last class and we're going to have 2 weeks off and then I'll see you in the new year. So don't forget that all the classes are saved to the page so you can always look at them whenever you want. As always, please be really careful when moving your body and make sure that you, excuse me, I've actually got a cold today, and you go within your own limits and don't push yourselves too much because we want to avoid any injury. So let's get started. Let's come and sit cross-legged with a nice tall spine. I have got a hot water bottle under here. And just sit up nice and tall and drop your shoulders. So the more you practice sitting cross-legged, the better it is for your body. With my heater, the better it is for your body, just due to the fact that you'll open up your hips and your muscles will then remember exactly where to go when you're practicing your exercises. So if you are sat on a chair when you're doing this, please keep a nice tall spine. You can just relax your wrist down and then just breathe in through your nose and breathe out through the mouth. And then breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. And now what we're going to do is you're going to inhale and just round through the back. And then exhale, sit up really nice and tall. Imagine that cord lifting you up, dropping the shoulders. And then come back down, inhale. And then exhale. And then breathe in. And breathe out. Wonderful. And then inhale, exhale, just tilt your ear down. Wake up the neck and the spine and then lift. And then we're going to nod the chin down. Then come up and then nod over to the other side. And then up and then down. Come up and then nod. And lift. And over to the other side. And then come up and then nod down. And then lift and then just roll the shoulders forward. Excuse me, and then relax and then lift one shoulder up and then down and then really push down to activate and open up your shoulder joint. Four, three, two, and one. And then hands onto your knees, just round through the spine. And then sit up nice and tall. And then nod. And lift. And then again nod. And lift. And one more for luck. Nod round. And lift. Now take your hands either side of that right knee and then inhale. Just try and stretch your hands over. If you're sitting in a chair, you could still reach, maybe pop your arm on the sofa or the side of the seat. But try and keep your left knee down if you're sitting cross-legged because that will open up your hips. Then lift back up. Other side, inhale. Exhale, stretch over. And then come up. Right hand down, lift the left arm. Then just reach over. Drop the shoulders. And then come up. Left hand down. Right arm and reach. Wonderful. Now take the right hand behind, left hand on right knee and just turn. And then come back in. Left hand behind, right hand on left knee and turn. And then come back in. Wonderful. Let's come into child's pose. So bring your knees to your heels. So I get lots of questions on how to perfect this one. Some people really struggle to put their feet flat to the floor. That's very common, but the more if you try and practice that, the easier it does become. It's just if you've got very tight ankles and feet, it might take a little while to readjust, but try and place your feet flat to the floor and then take your hands down and then just stretch the arms forward and bring the forehead down and then just breathe in and out. This is such a good one for stretching out the back, the shoulders, and relaxing as well. Just take some nice deep breaths in and out here. And then come up and take the knees as wide as the mat, hands down, stretch out, breathe in and out. Great, then come back up, knees together. Take the right arm long, left arm comes through and just stretch out. Walk your knees back and relax the shoulders. Then come up and then switch to the other side, left arm long and just switch through. And then come back in. Great. Come on to all fours. And knees in line with the hips, wrists in line with shoulders, and then rock back onto the knees, into the hands. Then you want to find that equal weight, 50-50. And then relax, and then inhale, we're going to nod round. All this feels so good, really stretches you out. And then uncurl, look forward. And then again, nod. And then uncurl. And then nod. And uncurl. And then one more, nod. And then uncurl. Then what you're going to do is stretch out the right leg and then slowly bring it in. So we're just going to activate the core. And then the other side. Stretch it out. Squeeze it in. So don't let the knee touch the floor. And then that will add a little bit more resistance to the core. Let's keep going. So stretch. And then in. Stretch it back. And then in. Stretch. And in. Take your time and try and keep your hips really, really still as you do this. Good. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Good, and then just give your wrists a little bit of a shake out and a little bit of a roll if you need to. Just checking on the time. Perfect. Okay. Excuse me. I think this cough, I'm going to ask Santa to just not have a cough. It'd be brilliant. Right, come back onto all fours. And then what you're going to do is just make sure you've got enough room behind you and in front. And then we're going to breathe in. And then we're going to breathe out. We're going to lift up the right arm. And then lower back down. Then left. And lower. Then the right. And come down. So you're going to squeeze into the shoulders here. Good, just keep it going. Drop and relax the shoulders. We'll do 2 more. And last one. Good, and then come back, sit onto the heels, and then stretch the arms out. Let's check this. Great, okay, and now come onto your elbows. And then breathe in, and have your knees hip width apart. Then you're going to lift the right leg up, and then swing it back in, and then kick back up. This is really good. These 2 exercises, even if you do these 10 minutes like the Christmas holidays, these will help because you're activating your shoulders, your hips, working the lower back, core. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and then let's go over to the other side. I'm going to rearrange my hot water bottle. I swear that I love hot water bottles in the winter. Other side, let's go. So, elbows down, knees hip width, lift. Good. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release, and then knees wide, come and sit down and stretch out. And then lift up. Wonderful, swing the feet around. Excuse me. And now we're going to lift up really, really tall. Have your feet hip width apart. And first things first, just take the right hand behind and left hand on the right knee, drop the right shoulder and just stretch out the spine. And then come in, right behind, left, right on the left, left behind. And then come in. And then we're going to breathe in and breathe out. We're going to lift up one leg and lower. So don't round through, don't lean back. Try and keep your spine tall. It's not about how high you lift the leg. It's about your posture with this one. If you've got any lower back pain, then I would just curl round and just hold that stretch as opposed to moving the legs. So maybe that's just what you need. Okay, so lift and then come back down. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Take the soles of the feet together. Lift the knees up, walk them in, and then exhale, push them down. Try and keep that nice tall spine. Stretch out the inner thighs. Come up. And then come down. Lift. And lower. And then lift up. And lower. Okay. Wonderful. Right, now what we're going to do is you're going to bring your feet, this is a new exercise, you're going to bring your feet hip width apart and try and keep your back really, really, really tall. So when we do this, you can rest for just a second. When we do this, our back feels like it needs to just slump over because it's putting a lot of pressure on it because we're not used to sitting like it. But if you try and just persist, you'll get to where you want to be. So keep the hands tall. We can keep the hands behind you, sorry, and the spine tall. Then you're just going to let your foot hover off and then bring it back in. So you're going to feel this in the core slightly. If you really squeeze. Drop the shoulders. You can walk the hands back a little bit more if you need to. So letting it hover off really helps. There we go. Let's do 8, 7. You might feel this in your thighs, which is very normal. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now walk your feet as wide as the mat and stretch those knees and hips out. And then up, over to the other side. And then up, over to the right. And then up and over to the left. And now. Hug the knees in towards the chest. If you've got a pillow, you can use that. But just rock side to side and let that lower back relax. And then, right, with the legs, first of all, let's have a nice neutral pelvis. So tuck the pelvis under, then push down, then tuck under, and push down. And just do this a couple more times, just to release and relax the lower back. And then release it. Excuse me, let that lower back just relax. Good. Okay, now with the legs, let's try and lift it up as much as possible. So you don't want to lift the leg too high to disrupt the pelvis. So mine is here, and that's about right for me. And then we're just going to draw a figure of 8. But we're going to do this really slowly because this is amazing for your hips and the core, and keep the left foot really, really still as well. Do 2 more, just more. And release. Good. And relax. And then the left leg. Don't disrupt that pelvis. And then and circle. Keep the right knee really still. And we'll do 2 more. And then release. Now take this, walk the right foot forward, take the left foot through, and drop the left knee down. And then come up, left foot on the floor, right foot threads through. And then come back up. Wonderful. Just remove your head block if you've got one, and then hands down to the floor, and then tuck the pelvis under, and then lift up, squeeze in, and then come back down, and then tuck under and lift up. And lower. Now take the feet out as wide as you can, turn the toes out, and then curl up. Now, if you feel like you've got the back stability, you can lift the toes off the floor, and that will push more into the hamstrings and the glutes. And then gently roll down. Let's do that again. Inhale, tuck under. Exhale, lift up. And then lower. Now bring the feet in, narrow feet this time, so the knees and thighs are touching. Then tuck under and then lift the heels off if you can. Really squeeze. Feet down, lower down. And again, tuck under, lift up, heels up. And relax down. Wonderful. Hug the knees in towards the chest, rocking side to side. And just check what time we're on. Okay, perfect. Great. So back to that nice neutral position. Heels out, toes forward. Relax those hips off. Just pop that pelvis into neutral and let it relax. So I hope you've been with me a little while now. You'll feel like your posture's better. You feel like you're taller. If you didn't know this, Davina McCall actually grew by about 1 inch, I think, after doing Pilates because she just lengthened her entire body. So it does really work if you stick with it and you're patient. The results definitely come. So stretch the arms up, and then we're going to float one hand up and down. Just nice and slow. Good. And now what we're going to do is just lift up, and now we're going to go back. A bit faster. Stretching through the fingertips, keep the arms long. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Okay, now what we're going to do, elbows down, out to the side, fingertips up, and you're going to squeeze one arm up and lower it. Now really squeeze. Don't just think of it as I lift my arms up in the air. When you squeeze, you actually get so much more out of your exercise because we use our mind to muscle connection. Good. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Right arm to left elbow, left to right, and just push it out. Arms up towards the ceiling. And then release. Okay, a few minutes left. Let's have a good deep stretch before the end of the year. So take the left ankle over the right, push the knees out and drop the shoulders. And you can have a little rock side to side here. And then release, push the knees out, uncross the feet, and then rock side to side. Then cross one ankle over, the other side this time, and rock side to side. Then bring the knees in, hands over the knees, relax the feet, and then roll up, drop the shoulders. And now try and keep this position as you roll back down. I'm breathing in that. And then completely release, and then we'll go again. Hands over, roll up. And then roll down. And rock side to side. And relax. Good. Take the right foot down. Left leg lifts up. Now what we're going to do is inhale. And then exhale. Try and come up with your upper body. And then try and bring that leg a little bit closer in. And just push through that heel and hold it there. And then bend the knee, gently come back down. That was a good deep hamstring stretch then. So right leg up, inhale, come up. Push through your heel. And relax down, bend the knee. Wonderful. And now have the soles of the feet together. We've got a couple of minutes left. So let's just breathe in and out, drop the shoulders and relax the body. Any Christmas stress can just disappear. And just inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. And in. And out. And breathe in. And out. And in. And out. Then bring the knees in towards the chest and rock side to side. Gently roll yourself up. Come and sit up nice and tall. Stretch your fingers out. And inhale. And exhale. In. And down. And in. and down. And thank you so much everyone for joining me this past year. Thank you for all of your support. I wish you all the merriest of Christmases. Have a great 2023, and I'll see you at the early start of next year. Have a great time and Merry Christmas. Bye.